Were you listening last weekend? 11 and fucking 1 at UFC Fight Night Perth, beating out everyone else on YouTube making MMA picks. I'm obviously the guy. No one's making picks like this. Nobody's got that hit rate. Near perfect, missed one, almost swept it, even called fucking Neil Magny winning. Who saw that? Nobody. Oh wait, I did. I saw it. You'll get that here. Knew he was going to pull it out of his ass. He was going to reach in there as deep as he could up to his elbow and find something. And he did. I didn't realize he was going to telepathically make the ref have an aneurysm in the first round and call the fight and then uncall the fight. But it's the way she goes, bud. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. It's just the way she goes. UFC 320 this weekend. I am so excited. Ankalaev versus Pereira 2. Without further ado, let's fucking get into it here. Starting out the card, we've got Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker. Now, I am super not excited for this fight. Probably going to skip out on it altogether. I don't rate Brogan Walker at all. She lost to Juliana Miller. Watch Veronica Hardy's fight against Juliana Miller and tell me who's going to win here. Veronica Hardy's going to win. I did it so you don't have to. Veronica Hardy's going to win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to be a boring 3-round decision. Don't think Veronica Hardy's ever going to hold the title or be anything special, but she's going to win this fight. Decision for Hardy. Up next, we've got Ramiz Brahimaj versus Austin Vanderford. So, looking at this fight, I'm taking Vanderford. Taking Vanderford by decision. I could see him knocking him out. Don't know how likely it is. I'd say my final decision would be Vanderford by decision. But you might be a little tempted if you do some MMA math to look at Brahimaj and say, oh man, all those submissions. He's only got the one loss by KO, a couple by decision. Brahimaj has never won a fight by decision. Vanderford has won more fights by decision than by TKO or by submission. He's a decisionator. He'll sit and outpoint you. His last 2 fights have been some brutal KOs, but this fight, I can see him outpointing him, getting takedowns when they're needed, maybe just staying on the feet to stay away from the submission game of Ramiz Brahimaj, but I don't see him submitting a guy like Vanderford, and I don't see him knocking him out either. And he's not a decision guy. He does not win decisions. He only loses decisions. Brahimaj can't outpoint you. So we're going with Austin Vanderford by decision. Up next on the card, we've got Punahele Soriano versus Nikolai Veretnikov. Nikolai. He's getting knocked out by Punahele Soriano. I don't see any other way this goes. Veretnikov's got a bit of a height advantage, bit of a reach advantage, but he gets knocked out. Austin Vanderford knocked him out in the second round when they fought back in February. I don't see it happening. In his decision against Francisco Prado, where Prado arguably won, didn't look impressive. I don't see Veretnikov being able to take it to Soriano like Sean O'Malley did. He doesn't have that skill set. He's going on 36. I see the advantage in Punahele's favor, and actually I'm going to call it I think it's going to be a first-round KO for Punahele Soriano. Moving on, up next, we've got Patchy Mix and Jakub Wiklex. I can't do the Polish names at all. I'm German, so never been a big fan of the Poles until getting into MMA. And boy, am I a fan now, because I'm actually going to say this is our first underdog of the card. We're going with Jakub, what's his name? Patchy Mix did not look good against Mario Batista. Now, you could say that Mario Batista is just so much of another level against these guys. I don't think that's it. Patchy was supposed to be the submission guy that was going to neutralize any of the game of Batista. And he didn't. He didn't do any of that. It I wasn't impressed at all with that debut from Patchy Mix. And don't look and say, oh, well, he was a Bellator champ. Jakub's a KSW 4-time defending champion. He's got multiple Fight of the Night bonuses in KSW. I think he's got either 3 or 4. He's fought some incredibly strong guys in his career. I can see him taking it to Patchy. I can see him really giving Patchy problems. I want to say he submits him. I want to say he submits Patchy Mix. I was so upset with the amount of airtime he was getting. It just, I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. I know he's a Buffalo-born guy, so I should be going with Patchy, but no, I think the Polish power of Jakub comes through here, and I think he submits Patchy Mix. And before you say anything, remember, I called Neil Magny. Don't forget that. Next up on the card, we've got Macy Chiasson and Yana Santos. Another one I'm not too excited for. Yana Santos is she look good against Miesha Tate, but I'd hope you would. Miesha Tate's isn't she 40? You should look good against Miesha Tate. She doesn't look as fast as she used to. I think Macy Chiasson's going to take it. I think she's just going to out-volume her. I don't see her knocking her out or finishing her. I think it's going to be another decision. Definitely more exciting than Veronica Hardy and Brogan Walker, but nothing I'm too hyped about. We need to get some of these girls from the Contenders series on these cards now. These names and these ladies who have been here forever, it's just not. Some of them just aren't exciting. A lot of these ladies on the Contenders series are fucking exciting and would mop the floor with them. I hope we see more of that soon, more of them turning around, and I want to see Contender Series year-round. We've seen, if you've been watching it this year, the amount of talent coming through has been insane. It's a good feeder program. But moving on next, we've got Daniel Santos versus Ju Sang Yu. So, I've got Ju Sang Yu in this one. Daniel Santos is good, and that makes it a really hard one to pick. I don't think he's bad, but rewatch his loss to Julio Arce, and you'll see what I mean and why I'm leaning towards Ju Sang Yu. He's undefeated. That early left hook against Jekka Sarai was awesome. His last couple fights have been amazing. He looks like he has that it factor. He's fought an insane strength of schedule. I think Ju Sang Yu is going to take this, and I think he's going to knock him out. I'm going to say, it's so hard to say this one, seeing as he's never been knocked out. So you know what? We'll say it's going to be actually, screw it. Yeah, we're going to say it's going to be a first-round KO, that he's going to keep the streak going. 3 in a row for Ju Sang Yu. I think he's going to knock him out in the first, but safe bet here would just be money line on Yu, because it looks like he's actually even a slight underdog at the moment. So I'd put some dough on that as soon as possible, if you're a gambling man. Next up, we've got Farid Basharat versus Chris Gutierrez. It's hard with the Basharat boys, because I knew his brother was going to lose last time out. And we've seen him crumble, like what we've seen with the Fighting Nerds. Once one falls, the dominoes all fall in a line. I don't see Chris Gutierrez having it for him on the feet, especially with his last 2 fights. I mean, Yudong Song's great, but he didn't look like he had anything. Once Chris Gutierrez gets pressured, it's over. If he's the guy taking the first step and pushing, he wins fights. But when he's not and he lets you walk him down, it's just going to keep happening. He doesn't make the adjustments he needs to. I think this is going to be a pretty clear one for Basharat, and I think it's going to be a decision. I think he's just going to outpoint him in 1, in 2, and in 3, and it's going to be a 30-27 decision for Farid Basharat. Next up, we've got Edmen Shahbazyan versus Andre Muniz. I'm so happy Shahbazyan's been coming back, that he finally figured out how to fucking grapple. I can't believe it took so long. He looked so good on the come-up when he was undefeated, knocking out Charles Byrd, then Jack Marshman, and Brad Tavares. It was just we thought we had a new champion. And then you get ground and pounded by Derek Brunson and change my whole worldview on you. But it's good to see him coming back. He looked great against Petrosky, looked incredible against Dylan Budka. I think he takes out Muniz. I think he knocks him out. Muniz has been knocked out in 2 of his last 3 fights. He got knocked out by Paul Craig. Andre Muniz got knocked out by Paul Pillow Hands Craig. Now, I love Paul Craig, but he does not knock people out. If you get knocked out by Paul Craig, it's time. That chin's gone. So I think Edmen Shahbazyan finds it, lands it on Andre Muniz, and I think I'm going to say in the second round that Edmen's feeling it out in the first, staying on the outside. I think he's going to win the first round, get some confidence back, and I think he's going to knock him out. It's going to be good for Edmen. Next up, we've got Ateba Gautier and Ozzy Diaz. So I'm with everybody on this one. This isn't an underdog I can give you hope in. We're going to be watching the death of Ozzy Diaz on pay-per-view. I don't think he's got anything for him. Ateba has looked incredible. He's only 23 years old. He looks like he was cut out of marble. And his knockouts have been vicious. Watch his last fight against Robert Valentin, or his fight against Jose Medina with the knee. He looks good. He looks really good. And nothing on Ozzy Diaz's record or any of his fights that I've seen. You watch his last fight against Jordan Santos, and I think you'll be on the same page. He looked good, but he doesn't look like a killer. You go back to his fight against Ming Yang Zhang. If he has a guy that comes up, gets in his face and pressures him, he wilts. And that's what's going to happen. Happened on the Contender against Joe Pyfer. That's what I see happening here. Ateba Gautier is going to be way too much for him. Unless Ozzy Diaz has made some big change to his game and is somehow okay with throwing in the pocket and getting pressured like that. But Ateba's going to step on the gas, and he's going to knock him out in the very first round. That's what's going to happen. It's already been written. I mean, hell, last week I think the ref might have thought about my picks and went, oh shit, all right, no, nope, we're still fighting. He said third round, not first. It's just the way she goes. Next up, we've got Joe Pyfer, body bags, versus Abus Magomedov. Now, I had a lot of stock in Abus until his fights against Strickland and Kaio. I mean, he got knocked out by Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is a great fighter, but a great point fighter. He's not knocking people out. He doesn't throw hard enough to knock you out. You got knocked out by Strickland. His last couple, like even against Michel Pereira, he just didn't look that good. And then let's think back to Pereira's fight a couple weeks back against Daukaus. He got absolutely destroyed. I don't think that's a good win, and that's not nearly a good enough win to say that you beat Joe Pyfer in any way. I think Pyfer's been looking good. He's coming back. He looked great coming back so far, at least since he lost to Hermanson. Looked great against Barrial, knocking him out. Looked good against Gastelum, but when Joe Pyfer actually puts it on and has faith in himself, he can knock anybody out. And a guy like Abus, who's been knocked out by Sean Strickland, I can see him knocking him out. I'm going to say a second round knockout for Joe Pyfer. I can see the first round being a lot of feeling out because Pyfer, like I said, if he doesn't get confidence in himself in the fight, he just finds a way to lose, like against Jack Hermanson. But if he finds that shot, something to give him confidence in the first as he's walking back, maybe he gets hit a couple times, lands something that gets a bit of a reaction out of Magomedov, he's going to go back into that second round and he's going to take him out early. That's what's going to happen. Also, Abbas is he's 35, so he's reaching the tail end. He's still in his prime, but again, I can't trust in you if Sean Strickland is knocking you out. Up next, we've got Josh Emmett and Youssef Zalal. This is kind of a complicated one. It's really hard for me to say because Josh Emmett has looked great, and then you look at his last two losses are Lerone Murphy and Ilia Topuria. But then he does what he does to Bryce Mitchell and Dan Ige and Shane Burgos and Mirsad Bektik and knocking out Michael Johnson when you've seen Michael Johnson still has it. It's... Oh, God, I forgot he got knocked out by Jeremy Stevens. I don't know. Youssef Zalal he's got skills. I mean, nobody saw him choking out Jack Shore like he did. Yeah, or Billy Q, or Jarno Aaron. Actually, I'm changing my pick on this. I forgot about a lot of these. We're going with Youssef Zalal. He's going to take out Josh Emmett. With that skill set, yeah, I don't think Josh Emmett finds his power punch. That's all he's got is that punch. If he doesn't land it, and on a lanky guy like Zalal who can get out of the way, I don't see him landing it on him. And Josh Emmett is going on 41. He's past his prime. This isn't his fight to win. This is Youssef Zalal's. And could I see Youssef winning it by submission? I could, but I think it's more likely that he wins the decision here. So I'm going to go Youssef by 3-round decision. I could see maybe there's a round where Emmett looks good and outpoints him, but most likely it's 30-27, maybe 29-28. Either way, it's in the favor of Youssef Zalal here. Glad I changed my mind. Next up, it's Jiří Procházka. Fucking love Jiří. And Khalil Roundtree. See, I hate these when it's two guys. It's two guys I really like, but I like them for different reasons. Khalil's just a nice guy. I used to be a fat guy, you know? And then Jiří's just... Jiří has an advantage that's not talked about enough, and I'm going to bring it up as well when we talk about Merab Dvalishvili. That is a crazy person. That's not your regular day-to-day guy that you see at the office or a friend. That's kind of who Khalil Roundtree reminds me of. Just a super nice guy, the guy you could hang out with, chill out, would come over, help you do an oil change on your car. Like, just nice guy. Jiří? Not that I don't think he's a nice guy, but he's fucking insane. He could feel the dark magic that Alex Pereira put on him. And fuck, dude, I almost did too. He made me start to believe it. Jiří Procházka is fucking nuts. And it works. It is the best base for MMA. People talk about different best bases. No, the best base is a fucking lunatic. Somebody who's absolutely insane. Jiří's 6'3", he's got an 80-inch reach. He's got 4 inches of reach on Khalil Roundtree. He's built for it. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to knock out Khalil Roundtree Jr. Khalil's been knocked out before, not just by Pereira, but in the past against guys like Cutelaba and Johnny Walker, which, what do you think when you think Cutelaba and Johnny Walker? Fucking crazy people, dude. They're just nuts. A guy like Johnny, doing that third wall break in his, I forget who the fucking fight was against, but where, it was a super boring one. It was, Thiago Santos, where he just sits. He's breathing real heavy, smiles, looks at the camera. That was funny as hell. But it's because they're crazy. They're nuts. They don't function like normal people. And it's good because for MMA, it works. I'm seeing a first round knockout for Yuri Prochazka. I think he takes him out in the very first round. That's what we're calling. It's what's gonna happen. Let's go for that. Let's go for that. Fucking love Yuri. All right, next up, we've got Merab Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. Corey, I read The Art of War this weekend. Sandhagen, no. Merab Dvalishvili is a crazy person. Did you ever see the video right after he won the title where Daniel Cormier found him running up and down the street doing sprints? He just won the title. Was he taking a break? No, because he is an insane person. That is a literal crazy person. To have that amount of stamina, I thought it had to be PEDs, but he's been tested like 11 or 12 times this year by USADA. He always comes back clean. That is just an actual crazy person. He's in the prime of his life right now. I know he's been saying that, I promise you 90% striking. No, I don't see that. He's not going to want to stand up and bang with Corey Sandhagen. He's going to be taking him down. Corey's going to have nothing for him on the ground. We've seen it in the past where he's not able to get back up. Corey's got an active guard, but Merab is able to starch that with guys and absolutely close you up and hold you down. If he tries to just stand and bang on the feet, will Corey win? Yeah. But I don't know if Merab is that crazy of a person. Yeah, he's insane. But there you'd have to be nuts. If he does that and wins, we'll give him some sort of extra title. Not the BMF, but the CMF, the crazy motherfucker belt. Because this dude's nuts. He's so dominant. I think this is it's going to be a 5-round decision for Merab Dvalishvili, 50-45. I don't see where Corey wins anything here against him. I think it's going to look kind of like how the Umar fight went, or the Peter Yan fight for Sandhagen. All right, up next, we've got the main event. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. So this is such a hard one to pick because Pereira, I give him a bit of that crazy person card, but at the same time he's kind of like kind of reminds me of like an Indian NPC. But instead of, have you tried turning it off and back on again? It's just Jama. That's just his response to everything. It's just that. It's the same whatever question you ask in Indian tech support. It's the same level of NPC behavior where I do think those people are crazy, but it's in a different light. Hopefully Alex says something. I've been leaning Magomed all week, but after watching that run-in that they had, Magomed seemed emotional. Pereira seemed a bit emotional because he was saying more than just Chama. They were both chirping. But he's 38 years old. Ankalaev's 33. Also lost to Paul Craig. Paul Craig's the GOAT. Fuck, I hate this so much. Because if Pereira does go in there at the top of his game, because he looked off in that last fight against Ankalaev. He wasn't stepping on the gas. He wasn't looking for those shots. I don't know if he's lost it, or if you can get that back. Fuck, I hate Ankalaev so much. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going with Alex Pereira. Poatan is going to win it back for us. I want to fucking see it so bad. I want him to win. Pereira is such a fun champion. We gotta do something about these Russians, man. They're making me look bad on the news. Like that type of... We gotta do something about these fucking Russians. These cousin fucking hill dwellers need to chill out of our sport. They're not making it enough fun. And it's sad because Ankalaev's probably the most fun of the bunch, or one of them, next to the pirate Shara. Shara's fun. The rest of them can all eat a dick. I don't want to watch you sit there and hug. And I love grappling. I come from a grappling background. Grappling is so much fun to watch exchanges. Like, here's an example. Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot is a ton of fun to watch his scrambles and exchanges and getting out of these positions. That's fun. That's a ton of fun to watch. The hugging and trapping your legs thing, it is bullshit. And we need to call it when we see it. It's becoming too much. So the start of that would be Pereira taking care of business here with Ankalaev. And I see a fourth round TKO. I see a fourth round TKO. I can see it happening. I see the first and second maybe leaning in favor, pretty even, but leaning in favor of Ankalaev. The third, the momentum starts to switch back to Pereira. He's landing a couple. He's finding a home for his shots. And in the fourth round, he comes out with that confidence and finds a way to put him away. He just needs to land that left. He's one punch from us having a fun light heavyweight champ again. It's just one punch. And Pereira's going to land it. So those are our picks and predictions for UFC 320. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think I'm going to get wrong. Remember, 11-2. Remember, called Neil Magny. Who called Neil Magny? I did. That's it. Maybe we'll throw up a stream for some of the early prelims to make the boring ones a little more fun. Probably not. Unless I get, let's say if I get 5 comments about a stream specifically, then I do it. If not, fuck all of that. I'm just going to watch the fights and enjoy. Probably have a beer, drink, eat a beer, drink some popcorn. That's what I was about to say. Something like that. Hope you guys enjoy. See you next week. Bye-bye.